that was written very, very long ago. This had belonged to my mother. Actually, my uncle had bought it for me, and my mother kept it for many years. And it has books that I've never seen, and I've studied the King James Bible for years, the newer ones. It has the Apocrypha in it, and this one was written in 1829. So I thought this was a pretty good find. I had forgotten that she had this. The pages are so old and very stained, some of them. I haven't been seeing any pictures or anything like that in it, but everyone's talking about how they are changing the Bible now, and I thought, well, this could be a good reference to go by. So I thought I would share it. I wanted to add this. I just came across this. It tells the days of the week, and it says the first day of the week is Sunday, second Monday, third Tuesday, fourth Wednesday, fifth Thursday, sixth Friday, and seventh day or Sabbath day is on Saturday. And this is written in 1829. But we are not going by that time frame now. I guess a lot has changed.
So it takes faith to keep the Sabbath. It's going to just read to you the foundation of what the Sabbath is all about. I would be getting it out the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. All right, it's right there. You say the Sabbath: to desist, cease, rest, the weekly day of rest and worship of the Jews. That's pretty plain. The Sabbath was initiated at creation. The story of creation is Genesis chapter 1, if y'all want to read about it. Closes with the account of God's hallowing, which is making it holy, of the seventh day, because on it he rested from his creations and labor. There is no express mention of the Sabbath before Exodus chapter 16, 21 through 30. In the wilderness of sin, before Israelites reached Mount Sinai, God gave them manna in double supply being given on the sixth day of the week in order that the seventh day might be kept as a day of rest for labor. That's why it's important to get all your food done, get your labor done, get everything done before you go into the Sabbath, because the Sabbath is all about rest. That's beautiful. Then 40 years later, Moses reminded the Israelites of God's commandments to observe the Sabbath and told them that they were under special obligations to keep it because God had delivered them from bondage. You hear that, you Israelites? You stiff-necked Israelites, but don't think y'all got to keep the law. It says you're under the Most High obligation to keep his Sabbath day, because basically it's a sign that he delivered you out of bondage, Egypt. Put some respect on it. And you can read about that in Deuteronomy chapter 5. Among the Hebrews, the Sabbath was associated with the idea of rest, worship, and divine favor, not certain taboos. With the development of the synagogue during exile, the Sabbath became the day of worship and the study of the law. The study of the law, that's where you start to get into the law and find out what the law is all about, what is required of you, O Israel. I'll be back for part 2. Shalom. Okay, so I want to pick right back up where I left off, but I do have some precepts to reference the point that's being made about the Sabbath. So I'll reread the end part. It says, among the Hebrews, the Sabbath was associated with the idea of rest, worship, and divine favor, not certain taboos. With the development of the synagogue during the exile, the Sabbath became the day of worship, study of the law, as well as the day of rest. So I want to talk about that study of the law. There's a lot of Israelites coming into this truth that's been in this truth and still don't know what the laws are, like don't know what the laws of God are. There are 613 laws, commandments in the Bible. If you open up the book and read, it said, blessed is he who opened up this book and read. Blessed are you who open up the book and read. Open up the book and read, and you'll find out what the law, statutes, and commandments is. You'll find out what the Most High is requiring of you. So let's get some precepts, and I also want to show you moving forward. Yes, the Sabbath is all about faith and obedience. Don't get it twisted.
The Sabbath, no working, cooking, cleaning, buying, or selling. Wait, did you know the Sabbath is the seventh day of the week, which is Saturday, starting at sundown Friday, ending on Saturday at sundown. We are to come together on this day because it's a holy convocation. A convocation is a form of gathering or assembly of people for a special purpose. Hold on. Dance break time.
Hey.